Nice. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is officially video number 2 on the Finest IRL YouTube channel, and I'm going to officially dub this one the 21 subscriber special for obvious reasons. And today, to kick off this banger, we're gonna do an obvious one and talk about hot tubs and Twitch. So you may have noticed lately when you opened up Twitch, something isn't quite as it seems. At least something doesn't look like what you thought Twitch was supposed to look like. Hot tub streams are all the rage right now, and as you can expect, it's been highly controversial, and everyone has a different opinion on if it should or should not be allowed on Twitch. Well, I want to start off by saying if you came to this video looking for some negative opinions and some reinforcement about your negative opinions, you came to the wrong place. I want to try and help us all understand why this could be a good thing for Twitch, or at the very least help all of you guys understand why you should be okay with this kind of thing being allowed on Twitch. Like I said before, this channel is going to be obviously different from my normal content, so I hope you can see we're kicking it off strong. And before we officially kick off this video, I do want to mention, if you guys want to escape the hot tub meta, come relax with me in the community, play some video games. I do stream most days of the week on Twitch at twitch.tv/finestxi at about 11 a.m. Central Standard Time. Come hang out. Links to my stream will be down below, as well as links to all of my socials. Okay, so I want to start out with this email that we, and by we I mean me and everybody else who I assume is on Twitch, got from Twitch. And I'm not kidding, it literally starts off with, let's talk about hot tub streams. Yes, so let's talk about hot tub streams. All right, so it goes, hi Finest XI. Over the past few weeks, we've seen and had many conversations about hot tub streams, and we want to address it candidly. This content brings up questions that are complex with few easy, clear answers. We're approaching it thoughtfully and respectfully, which is why we've taken our time to address it publicly after a lot of internal deliberation. We published a blog post Tuesday that explains our thinking and approach in detail, as well as next steps both in short and long term. Okay, so in the blog post, they just repeat the first part of the email and then go on to say this. Much of the conversation we've seen has focused on the people who are streaming this and similar content, including assumptions about their motivations and intentions. We want to make a few things clear. First and foremost, no one deserves to be harassed for the content they choose to stream, how they look, or who they are, and we will take action against anyone who perpetuates this kind of toxicity on our service. I agree 100% with this. I'm going to dive into this more later about why we really shouldn't be caring about this kind of thing, but to be honest with you, everyone gets their fair shot on Twitch. No one wants to be harassed for any reason ever on Twitch. I can say from firsthand experience, harassment is not fun. I'm sure most streamers have experienced some sort of harassment as well. You know, I'm glad Twitch feels this way. Second, while we have guidelines about sexually suggestive content, being found to be sexy by others is not against our rules, and Twitch will not take enforcement action against women or anyone on our service for their perceived attractiveness. This has been going around and it's kind of like a huge meme now on the internet. Everyone's talking about this line in particular. I do think there is a big problem on Twitch where there's a lot of people who assume just because a woman is attractive, they're getting some sort of special something, whether it be more viewers, you know, or that's people think that's why they're successful at all is because they're attractive. Just a lot of hoopla, man. And again, I'm going to talk to you guys here in a little bit about why, you know, we're all going to be okay in the long run. You know what I mean? Because these people are attractive, we're still going to be okay. You know, the guys like you and me who, you know what I'm saying. Okay, the next part goes, how our policies apply. There's been confusion around whether streams from hot tubs are permissible under our current policies, and we understand why our rules as written have contributed to that confusion. Under our current nudity and attire and sexually suggestive content policies, streamers may appear in swimwear in contextually appropriate situations, at the beach and the hot tub, for example. And we allow creative expression like body writing and body painting, provided the streamer has appropriate coverage as outlined by our attire policy. Nudity or sexually explicit content, which we define as pornography, sex acts, or sexual services, are not allowed on Twitch. So again, the hot tub meta is kind of like the newest thing to be mad about, but there has been a lot of questionable things on Twitch before, at least questionable in certain people's eyes, like body painting was always a huge one. And I've been thinking about this a lot lately. Twitch is kind of like the really cool mom of a friend group that lets the kids that hang out at that house get away with maybe a little too much, but in the end, it's all gonna be okay. Twitch, I used to think of was this like, you know, gaming thing. And I think a lot of people feel that way for obvious reasons. I mean, it's a huge video gaming website. We all come to this website to watch people play games mostly. There's just a lot of Twitch that is video games. That's just one part of it. And I think you have to stop looking at Twitch as like a video game service, and you have to look at it more like a freedom of expression place to hang out. And I almost kind of want to think of it as like a hippie's paradise. And the reason I say that is because when I think of hippies, I think of like a, whoa, man, go with the flow, man. And I feel like that's literally what Twitch is kind of doing. Like they're, you know, they have boundaries that they have to stay within, but for the most part, Twitch is just a site to live stream on. It's not about, you know, a site to play video games on. It's a site to live stream on. And obviously there are things people can't do on the site, but it seems like they're pretty laissez-faire. Like they're pretty relaxed with a lot of this stuff. And it makes sense when you start to think of Twitch again as like that cool parent or like a hippie's paradise kind of place. Like, and they're not looking to keep Twitch like whatever you think it's supposed to be about. Like again, a lot of people I assume think Twitch is about just gaming. If you look at it as more than that, if you look at it as a place to express yourself and hang out and live stream, it starts to change the picture a little bit. Anyway, we'll keep going. Our intention with the sexually suggestive policy was to draw a line on content that is overtly or explicitly sexually suggestive, not to ban all content that could be viewed as sexually suggestive. But we acknowledge that our rules are not as clear as they could be. This is a big one for sure. I mean, there's a reason so many people are confused and wondering why is this thing allowed on Twitch. And maybe it's not even just that the rules are not that clear. I know for a fact that there's probably a lot of people who reference the Twitch TOS that have never looked at the Twitch TOS. Like, because they have a pretty good idea of what they think the TOS is, they're like, you can't do that on Twitch, that's TOS. I'm sure you can think of someone who's done this before. Prohibiting every form of content that could be interpreted as suggestive would also result in far more restrictions on the video games and premium content that we currently allow, especially considering the ways that female characters are sometimes objectified or presented in a sexualized manner. This is just diving into the part where they're saying like, look, females are considered attractive by many people. Lots of guys feel this way, lots of women feel this way. A lot of women on the platform would be found sexy by a lot of people, even in the wrong context, and that is not a bannable offense. Again, referencing this part up here, being found to be sexy by others is not against our rules, and Twitch will not enforce action against women or anyone on our service for their perceived attractiveness. Sexually suggestive content and where to draw the line is an area that is particularly complex to assess, as sexual suggestiveness is a spectrum that involves some degree of personal interpretation of where the line falls, as opposed to determining whether or not there is nudity. This is true. It's a very sliding scale. It's a very touchy thing. We will always aim to avoid being overly punitive based on assumptions. When we have taken enforcement action on this content, we've only done so in the case of a clear violation of our guidelines. To make the lines between what we consider to be overtly or explicitly sexually suggestive more clear, our team is planning to update our policy on sexually suggestive content in the coming months. That's great to hear. You know, they could probably afford to spend some time on the TOS and at least update that, so there's no excuses on what is or is not allowed on Twitch. We also want to address questions from our creators about suspending advertising on their channel. If you guys don't know, Amaranth, popular streamer, very much into hot tub meta right now, she apparently had her advertisements taken away from her channel. There's a big ruckus in a Twitch community. We were all wondering, well, does Twitch have the rights to do this, and where does the line get drawn for that? So big ruckus in the community right now. On Twitch, brands get to decide when and where their ads appear. Today, they can target or avoid specific categories of content and flag channels that don't meet their standards. This means that Twitch, in rare cases, will suspend advertising on a channel at the advertiser's request. We absolutely do not permit brands to use protected characteristics as a filter for advertising, targeting, or blocking. We recently suspended advertising on some channels that were flagged by the majority of our advertiser base and failed to notify them. Our creators rely on us, and we should have alerted affected streamers to this change before it happened. It was a mistake not to do so. We're working with individual creators to address their specific situations and restore ads where appropriate. So yes, this is all correct. This is how advertising actually works on Twitch. And like it or not, brands and advertisers have the right to choose what content they want to advertise on. To think that some advertisers were looking at the hot tub meta and saying, well, we don't really want to put our advertisements over this kind of content is not completely out of the norm. I mean, that makes sense in the long run. There's nothing really fishy about that at all. But like Twitch is saying, where they failed is not notifying the content creators that this kind of thing was taking place behind the scenes, that advertisers were getting sketched out by the content they were making, and that this was going to happen. Twitch kind of dropped the ball on this one, just flat out suspending advertisements on certain people's channels. Wasn't a really cool thing to do, but hopefully they do not do this again. All right, and we have what's next. We recognize that our diverse global community has a broad range of interests and preferences, and not all of the content allowed on Twitch is relevant to everyone. Big facts right there. Big facts right there. We think it's important that viewers have choice in determining the type of content that is suggested to them, and brands have the right to determine where their ads appear on the service. We are working to develop more robust controls for advertisers and viewers to enable them to control their experiences on our service. Real quick, let's just take a moment to remember that Twitch Twitch does have the option to rate your stream as 18 plus. And while most of the time, at least in my small community of Tarkov and video games, this is used as like, if you're really vulgar and you talk about stuff that's kind of, 18 plus, you turn this on so you can't get in trouble for having some underage kid stop by your stream and hear you say dirty words. But if you really stop to think about it, 18 plus isn't really just a matter of language or not. There's a lot that comes with 18 plus that a lot of it wouldn't be okay on Twitch, but at least maybe in the realm of hot tub meta, that's a little 18 plus. And again, Twitch has had this feature, the 18 plus stream or not, for a long time. So this has kind of been coming in the long run. You know what I'm saying? Like, this isn't so out of the blue for Twitch to allow this kind of thing, something you would consider that is 18 plus. We've had an 18 plus feature for a long time. But let me continue. Additionally, we need to provide creators with a better understanding of what brand safe means to advertisers outside of our community guidelines and terms of service, and provide better ways to categorize their content. These, along with updates to the sexually suggestive policy, are longer term solutions that will take time to build and implement. In the immediate term, one of the challenges this situation has highlighted is the lack of specificity in the just chatting category. Viewers can flag content as not interested in order to remove specific channels or categories from their recommendations. However, due to the broad range of content in just chatting and the fact that many creators stream in just chatting for a portion of their streams, that is not an effective way to remove a specific subset of content like creators streaming in pools or hot tubs. Here's the part I wanted to get to. Community and advertiser feedback made clear that we need to offer more ways to control the content that's recommended as well as where ads appear. So we're introducing a new category: pools, hot tubs, and beaches. If you have chosen swimwear that is allowed under the swims and beaches contextual exception to our standard nudity and attire policy, you should stream in the pools, hot tubs, and beaches category. We'll be reaching out to creators with more detail on how to use this category moving forward. So this is true. Twitch did add a category for pools, hot tubs, and beaches. And if this is your thing, you love this thing about Twitch, you have a whole category to explore and hang out in. A quick side note and a little reference to what I was just talking about with the 18 plus business. Hopefully all of these hot tub streamers have had 18 plus on their channel the whole time. I have literally no way to verify if they did or not. And I don't know if we'll ever know, because it doesn't always ask you whenever you go into a stream if you are okay with 18 plus material. I think it's because you've said it before in a different stream. So I can't tell which streamers have 18 plus set, but hopefully all the hot tub streamers did. At the very least, I know it sounds like nothing. It's like not even a stopgap because you just have to click through it. It is kind of a stopgap legally. Just think, like, whenever Tide Pods tell you not to eat it, that means that they can't get sued anymore because they told you not to. It seems like common sense. Like, why would you do that? Like, you're so dumb. But brands have to protect themselves with little warnings that seem stupid like that, because it's the brand who will get in trouble in the long run. So yes, the 18 plus thing is just a click away, but it matters. Okay, in the last two sections here, this is not intended to be our long-term solution to improve brand targeting capabilities and increase personalization in our recommendations. It does, however, solve a few issues for all audiences in the near term. Creators can continue to stream content that falls into this category as long as it doesn't violate our guidelines. Viewers can better avoid recommendations for content that they don't want to see, and those wishing to view this content will have an easier time finding it. And brands can either opt in or out of this category based on whether it aligns with the target audiences, like they can today with any other category. It just popped into my head. This is probably a horrible idea, or maybe not, but maybe there should be a certain parental controls settings on Twitch accounts. So if you have like a child who is underage and you don't want him going into the hot tub category, you can go into the parental controls and set that category as blocked, and maybe even allow certain categories like the games he's into. I don't know if this is a dumb idea, but it just popped into my head. So Twitch, if you're looking for ideas and if you use this one, hit me. But anyway, the last section here, the pools, hot tubs, and beaches category is live today. This article provides more information about what kind of content should be streamed to this category. We have a lot of work to do, and it's going to take some time to implement all the changes we've outlined. We'll share updates on this work when we have them. Okay, I'm sure this took a lot longer than I thought it was going to, and I want to give the most important section of this video a little bit of love as well. When it comes to this kind of thing, whether you think it should be allowed on Twitch or not, here's what I want you to do. I want you to use this energy, use this passion, use this strong opinion you have have about, what these women are doing and focus it into your own content. I speak from personal experience here when I say, and I know this is a little different, but when I see a friend, or when I saw a friend back in the day do something amazing on Twitch, when I saw a friend hit Twitch partner, when I saw something awesome happen to one of my friends, I was excited for them. And it also lit a fire under my butt to get me on my computer to make a YouTube video, to make some kind of content, whether it be TikTok, whatever. It lit a fire under me to get going. Like, I saw that success that they're having and I wanted it too. I was like, what am I doing sitting around here right now? I need to be working on something that's going to better me. So I want you guys to take this to heart, and I want you to think this way too when it comes to the hot tubs, the hot tub meta and all that it entails. Don't think of this as, viewers lost for you. If you think this is losing you viewers, let me spin a different light on it. They say even bad publicity is good publicity. All of this attention to the hot tub meta on Twitch, maybe there's some guys who have never checked out Twitch before and they come over because of the hot tubs. Cool. So obviously, like you and me, I'm sure you have more interest than just hot tubs. I also like video games as well as hot tubs. So when they get bored of hot tubs, what are they going to do? The new guys that are on Twitch, oh, there's a Warzone category? Let me open that up. Oh, there's a bunch of people playing Warzone. Cool. Let me check one of them out. And maybe they find you. Don't think of this as a bad thing for your channel. The hot tub meta is what it is. It could be beneficial. Either way, don't worry about it. Use that, again, all that energy you feel about hot tub meta, use it and focus it in your own content. Make something, make a video. If hot tub meta's got you down, make a YouTube video. Like, go get your gameplay highlights or whatever you're doing, make a YouTube video, put it out there. Just like focus on your craft and it will work out for you. I mean, look at me. Like I said, every time I saw some success from a buddy, I went and made a YouTube video. I went and, did something to help better my stream, better my content. And look at us now. We have YouTube partner, Twitch partner, millions of views on the other gaming YouTube channel. It's worked. Focus your energy into something productive, please. Okay, I think I've rambled on long enough. This was a fun video to make. I hope it's not too edgy. I hope it's not too weird. Actually, this whole thing is weird. Like I said, this is completely different from my normal content. I normally don't talk about this kind of stuff, but I figured this second channel could be, well, just anything. So why not give it a shot? Guys, if you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. If you did not enjoy this video, give it a thumbs down. Either way, do one of the two. That would be awesome. Comment down below how you feel. No, I don't want that. Comment down below your favorite category on Twitch so I know that you made it this far in the video. I'll start first. Mine is probably League of Legends. I absolutely love watching League of Legends streamers, even though I'm absolutely garbage at the game. Anyway, guys, thanks once again for checking out this video, and I will see you in the next one.